Haven't figured out where to go from there. But hey, how's it going, guys? Hayden here, also known as Mine Rock Productions, Gentleman Bastard, a handful of other things. Just wanted to make this, while I'm in this video, or in this chair, in this position, I'm known as Double O DJ, even though I'm not doing all that much DJing anymore. I just want to make this quick video, because I saw a video a while back called, what is it? That Beautiful Disgusting Tone, or whatever the hell it's called. And I got inspired, so to speak. So I went out, and one day I was up in Richmond, and I came across this back alley, like audio store, and yeah, so I went in naturally and check it out, and they did like home stereos and stuff like that, but they had a little used section where they had some vintage gear, and I saw a tape deck or cassette recorder slash player, whatever you call them. I don't know, I'm not from the 70s, but it is from the 70s, 77 I think, or 75, I don't remember, one of the two. But it's a very nice tape deck from way back then. Works perfectly, more or less. And it has microphone inputs. So I had an idea. I had a thought. Theoretically, equipment that old has mic inputs, which means it has mic preamps. Even though they might not be good, that's fine. I might be able to overload them and get a nice little clipping sound, probably like a square wave or something. So that's exactly what I did. I bought the tape deck, I plugged my guitar into it, cranked it all up, and I got this beautiful, disgusting tone. Let me demonstrate for you right now. Turn off the everything else, and this is what it sounds like as is. So that is just straight from the tape deck, overloaded mic preamps, and that's this is why I like music. This is why I like playing with sounds and doing all this stuff, because you can do practically anything, and you get all sorts of crazy, wacky, wild sounds, and I can sit here for hours and just play around with all sorts of shit and just get all sorts of crazy sounds. And now that I have a guitar, you know, the world is my oyster. Is that what they say? Look, I'm not good in front of the camera, so I'm very awkward, but bear with me here. But no, so that's that. So I ran it into my computer, and I've been playing around with it for a while now. But I decided to, I ran it into my computer, and I ran it through a fuzz, and then just to tighten up the sound. And I honestly dragged the fuzz over here just to see what it would sound like, and just the default settings sound great. It just tightened up that sound just a little bit, added a little bit of fuzz, just enough, and it just sounds super great. And I threw a little blue echo on there, and once again, oh, there we go. Once again, the default settings were, you know, right on the money with what I was looking for. So, and I went over to and add a little spring reverb, nothing crazy, but you know, I'm playing around with it. I'm probably gonna tweak it up some more, but that's that, basically. And yeah, so just for all you out there who maybe getting into music and kind of like me, and they don't really know what they're doing, they're just sort of figuring things out. Here's an idea for you. Go out, find yourself some old ass equipment with a microphone input, run a guitar through it. Shit, run well, I'm trying to think of what other instruments would be like a guitar. A bass, you know, something like that. Maybe a keyboard or something. That wouldn't work. Maybe it would. Who knows? Shit, I got an organ in the other room that I bought for $30. A whole ass home organ. I gotta repair it. It's got an issue. I don't know what the issue is, but it won't turn on, and the little power button's stuck. But yeah, you go out, buy old shit. Just play around with it, you know, have some fun. You never know what you can come across. And as long as you're not dropping too much money, you're not losing anything, really. You can get sounds like that, you know. Yeah, that's the only other song I know how to play with distortion in. I guess. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. It's still a low-level distortion, more or less, but yeah, just play around. Shit sounds great, you know? You might get a nice little beautiful disgusting tone of your own. Also, if you know any chords that would go, that chord would finish into really nicely, let me know in the comments, because I'm having some serious trouble finishing this chord progression. So let me know, because I'm trying to make this a song. Oh, and one more thing I almost forgot to mention too, one of the most important parts. So I almost forgot to mention. So this is a Les Paul, if you don't know. It's an Epi Les Paul. It's an Epiphone Studio. I did a little modding to myself, replaced a few things, had to replace the bridge because the bridge broke. But the most important thing is this thing came with, well, obviously 2 humbuckers. I replaced the humbuckers, and they have coil splitting, so push-pull pots for coil splitting. And then also, I did the Jimmy Page wiring, the shitty Seymour Duncan version. I gotta redo it eventually. It's just not something I feel like doing right now, because it's such a pain in the ass. But, so, I don't know if you can see this in the camera. I got my camera turned around, but, these 2 push-pulls, this is my phase switch. So this puts, one of the pickups out of phase. I'm not sure which one exactly. I'm not an electrician. I'm not good with that shit. But and then this one is a series parallel switch. So this wires the or changes the wiring between the pickups from series to parallel. And now again, most of you probably aren't electricians, so you have no idea what this means. Me neither. So let me give you the rundown. Put this in, it makes a cool sound. Take that out, it makes a different cool sound. In is like the normal Les Paul, out is a cool sound Les Paul. This one is pretty much the same deal, a different cool sound. It changes the tone. But the one thing that this does is when this is out, when these 2 are being ran in out of phase, and I pull it into a parallel mode, I think is out, it drops the output. It drops the output considerably, and it also, I don't remember if it adds more bass or it takes away bass. I can't remember anymore. But it enhances the effect of the phase switch. So the phase switch alone sounds cool, right? But it's like, I don't know. It's one sound, right? But you pull this out, and all of a sudden it adds all those dynamics back in, all that juiciness of the humbuckers that the phase switch takes out, because the phase switch it basically chops off the bass section of your sound, of your tone. Not really, but it sounds a lot more higher end, right? This puts all that bass back in, drops the output just a hair, and enhances the phasey effect. It sounds more out of phase, if that makes sense. It's totally weird and wacky sound. But it was useful for this, because with these in, it's just a little much, you know? So, plus, I like the sound of phasing. And then when I pull those out, it drops the output enough, a little bit, but not the same way. If I were to turn down the sliders, it would, I don't know how to describe it. It almost changes the mix between the clean and the distortion versus dropping the input into the thing. I don't know how to describe this stuff. I'm just, you know, most of the stuff I go off of feel. All I know is that with those cranked up, and I pull these out so that the output of this is lower, in a way that isn't just turning down the knobs, the volume knobs, because I could do that too, but it would also sound different. This configuration just sounds sweet. That's all. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so that's that. Take it easy.